Thank you very much. And to wrap up this debate, we are coming back to the Commission Vice President Timmermans and then the two rapporteurs. Commissioner Timmermans, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you to the members for their contribution to the debate. The proposals we're discussing today together could bring about a total reduction in the EU's greenhouse gas emissions of 490 million tons in CO2 equivalents by 2050. It's a significant number, slightly higher than the total annual greenhouse gas emissions of a country like France. I'm very pleased to see that the Parliament agrees on the general architecture of the proposals and that there is broad support. It's fundamental that we remain united in the fight against climate change, that we do not close our eyes to science, and that we let scientists guide us. That's what we're doing today. Taking science as your guiding principle, that's realistic. Closing your eyes for science, that's unrealistic and dangerous, especially for jobs. I recognize that the timing of some requirements for when products need to make the shift to more climate-friendly gases has been here an element of discussion. I note that several amendments seem to think it is better to delay these dates. For instance, for heat pumps, and I do also note that my good friend Alexander Vondra is now such a warm proponent of heat pumps. It came as a welcome surprise. But for heat pumps, this comes at a time where we need to increase deployment rapidly to meet our REPowerEU and 2030 climate goals. The Commission is well aware of this and included heat pumps as a strategic sector in the Net Zero Industry Act. And let me add, since this issue was mentioned just a while ago, two of the biggest factories for making heat pumps in the world will be built in Eastern Europe. And that is going to lead to a lot of jobs, and well-paid jobs and long-term jobs. So let's not create caricatures here, please. But as many in EU industry, we don't think it helps to continue business as usual. These two plans show that clearly. We need to invest now in the right manufacturing, not the obsolete ones. Technologies exist, and by asking to make the shift early on, we create a competitive advantage for our industry, not a disadvantage. Some of us are fighting every day to convince you and others that we do not help our workers, our industry, our growth, by chaining ourselves to the past. And I hope this Parliament has the wisdom to understand that this can be done, and it gives us a competitive edge, an advantage over other parts of the world if we are forward-looking. So, delaying these bans, as some amendments propose, cannot in all earnest be seen as being in the interest of the European Union, of its people and of its workforce. So I call on the European Parliament to be also ambitious on this tomorrow and engage in a swift negotiation process to reach an agreement with Council before summer so that the new rules for both F-gas and ozone-depleting substances can apply from 2024 onwards. This will send an early signal to industry, as well as getting better tools to prevent illegal activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive Vice President, and the floor goes now to Rapporteur Bas Eickhout.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. First of all, I really would like to thank all my colleagues who have been part of the negotiations. And I here want to stress, during those negotiations, we have been talking to many European industry from Poland, from Czech Republic, from Italy, from Greece, exactly those companies in those countries who are saying, we are ready. When you are saying this is a green ideology, you are defending American and Japanese companies who like to sell some of these chemicals and are only interested in innovation in the chemicals themselves, which in the end even deliver PFAS in heat pumps. That's what you're aiming for, and that's not what we are aiming for. We are aiming here for European innovation, and it is not only Germany. And this is exactly indeed what Vice President Mr. Timmermans is also rightfully saying. This is not the kind of the old argument to say, this is promoting German industry. This is an industry that is all over Europe. And it's all over Europe investing in the innovation and in new jobs. And that's exactly what we're supporting here. It's the American and the Japanese companies that are not going into that innovation. It's the European ones. So this time it is very clear cut. And we have sufficient time. We have talked to a lot of industry who said, we can do it already next year. But we even allowed them more time. We even have safeguards. We even have asked the Commission to make sure that they are keeping it on track for the implementation of REPowerEU. So all that is in place. And then now still delaying things because some of the American and Japanese lobby is asking you to do so. I think this is time to choose for European industry and European innovation. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Much. And then the next rapporteur, Mrs. Jessica POLFJÄRD.
Tack herr talman och tack till alla er som har bidragit till debatten även om den här gången inte var så hård. Jag kan konstatera att det råder en stor samstämmighet och ett brett parlamentariskt stöd om hur viktigt det är att vi arbetar ambitiöst och målmedvetet med vår miljö- och klimatpolitik. Det gläder mig också att vi sätter sakfrågan i centrum och lämnar orealistiska förslag därhän. Som jag inledde denna debatt så visar Europaparlamentet med detta förslag hur vi kan arbeta fram ambitiösa och realistiska förslag för att möta våra miljö- och klimatutmaningar. Miljö- och klimatutmaningar är vår tids stora fråga, precis som utmaningarna är också möjligheterna det. Den gröna omställningen kan bidra till Europas välstånd, utveckling och konkurrenskraft. Låt oss tillvarata dessa möjligheter och göra det möjligt så långt det bara går. Tack igen till de politiska grupperna och tack till skuggrapportörerna som har varit med och arbetat och förhandlat fram detta förslag. Jag får också rikta ett extra tack till Per Holmgren från Gröna gruppen som riktade beröm åt mitt håll. Jag ska gå hem och fundera på om det var bra eller dåligt. Tack för ordet.
Thank you very much, dear colleague POLFJÄRD. And the joint debate is now closed. And as you heard from many colleagues, the vote will be held tomorrow.